It's a wine and food show, Stu. It's a food and wine show, trust me. Right here, it's Sip and Chew. It's wine and food. Because chew rhymes with stew. That's the only reason. Like a glorified fry cook, grape killer.
Now it's time to sip and chew with Mike and Stu on FM Talk 1065.
Well, good morning and welcome to another edition of the Sip and Chew Show with Mike and Stu. I'm Mike, that's Stu. We got Steve over here and on the board and Phil answering the calls.
Back there in his
So,
cave.
what a beautiful weekend so far.
Mhm.
What?
So much for all that rain that was forecast.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, that's
Beautiful downtown yesterday.
I bet way it was. I stayed inside all day purging, going through boxes and getting rid of stuff. But I stepped out on the balcony a couple of times and did some things. But yeah, it was a beautiful day where spring is here and Lord, you know, in 2 weeks is daylight savings time.
For the last time ever, right?
I don't know, I guess.
They keep saying that.
They keep saying that.
Keep saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
But guess what's 10 months from today?
Football season?
No?
Christmas Day.
Christmas
Christmas Day is exactly
You only,
10 months from today.
you only got 10 months left, folks.
Yeah, you better start now. Don't wait till last minute like I do. Y'all hurry up and shop so when I go shopping on Christmas Eve, y'all won't be in my way. So, but anyway, yeah, it's just a gorgeous day, but probably a great time to eat outside and drink outside and you know
Be outside.
be outside. Yeah, we've had such a miserable couple months there, weather and
You mean normal weather?
yeah, I know, but when it's cold like that, all I want to do is eat, and it's not good for my diet. So,
Downtown ought to be good about now, huh?
oh yeah, I bet Bob's is packed and Blind Mule and everything else has outside seating. Everybody, I want to sit outside,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm sure that's where everybody's at. Sure, that's where everybody's at. So, what you looking at?
Oh, I'm just seeing what's going on.
Okay.
But yeah, there are definite signs of spring everywhere. I've got azaleas in bloom. I found some wildflowers. Grass is needing to be cut.
Mm-hmm.
So it's full on spring
You've
here.
been out in the country. You ought to just get you a goat and some turtles, and let them keep your grass.
I've toyed with goats
And you get some milk out of them
and cheese.
and cheese. Yeah,
Goat
Yeah.
cheese. Good.
goat cheese. Good.
Hey, I was raised on goat milk because I was lactose intolerant
Oh.
early on. I could not have normal cow milk. So yeah, we had goats, and I turned out okay.
Stu has given some great insight in the past on different milk, and you like the milk that's in a can, don't you?
No, the carton
Carton.
that's sitting on a shelf at 72 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's far better than what you get from the refrigerator. There's no good milk to be found in the refrigerated section of most grocery stores, unless you're paying. Yeah, the plastic jug is the absolute worst thing we could put milk in.
What is that? An absorption?
It lets in a UV light, ridiculous amount of UV light,
Okay.
and it's also very porous. So you've actually got air passing in and out of it. That's why milk's only good for a few weeks in a plastic jug, but you put it in a hermetically sealed carton, it's good for a year and a half.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the only place you'll ever find milk sold refrigerated is the United States of America. Nobody else does it.
Why
Maybe
is,
Canada, but I mean that's really our
Is
largest
it just
state.
economic reasons they put it in plastic then?
Yes, much cheaper.
Wow. Just to put it in a hermetically sealed.
And
Carton.
it's just American moms and dads don't want to. They want to pay as little money as possible for milk, so they're just giving the consumer what they want. That's why some places around here you can get milk, crack the lid on it, 3 days later it's sour.
I wondered. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, it's because you're buying the
Mhm.
cheapest milk there is. You shouldn't expect it to last more than 3 days.
Well, that's
Yeah.
just sad.
Well, you get
Welcome
what
to
you
the
pay
rest
for.
of the economy. Yeah.
Yeah, you get what you pay for. You go away from the grocery store brand,
Mhm.
you get Barber's, it's going to last you longer. You know why? Because it costs more. It's as simple as that. You get what you pay for. You
Yeah.
get the cheapest milk, you get the worst product.
Wow.
Yeah. And grocery stores don't make money off of milk.
Really?
Yeah, they sell them at that Walmart milk.
Mm-hmm.
They're selling that to you for less than they pay for it.
No.
Yes, because everything that goes with that milk you're going to buy from Walmart. You're gonna buy your
Like a
cereal,
lost leader,
your oatmeal.
like a lost leader.
Yeah. It's just like most chain restaurants. If you get a steak there, the restaurant's losing money on the steak.
Mhm.
It costs them more to put it on the plate and give it to you than you're paying for it. But they're counting on you buying liquor.
But yeah, and in the restaurant business, you know,
Which to me, that's a dishonest way of doing things. You should charge the same amount of profit for everything you sell.
Well, that would make sense, yeah.
That's being honest. When you
Yeah,
do
yeah.
stuff like that, you're being dishonest. And I don't trust you now. And I have a reason to not trust you. You're doing distrustworthy things.
Well, if you've got a higher cost on, and it's just simple, not simple economics, but if you've got a higher cost on what you're bringing in to buy, meaning your product, you're going to have to make some profit on top of that. If that makes sense. I mean, if you've got a steak and you're buying it for $2 and you're selling it for $4,
Yeah.
you got to make that profit to recoup.
Yeah.
So is that not happening, is what you're saying?
Right. It's not. They're counting on you buying other stuff that they have a higher markup on. That's why it's so
So the
expensive.
steak is marked higher up than,
Oh, no. The alcohol
oh, okay,
because nobody goes in and orders a ribeye steak and drinks water with it.
right.
You're going to buy
I do sometimes.
Not enough people do that.
I know.
Yeah,
The
it's
majority
usually
of
the
people,
people that
right.
get a steak are going to get alcohol to go with
Right.
it, and dessert, and appetizers.
I got to wear a safe
The
steak now
adults.
for it's a luxury item for me now. I used
It
to
should
go out
have
and eat.
always been a luxury.
I used to go out and eat steak all the time,
Yeah.
and I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And I just you know, just I reserve it for the better, because it, you know, at my age, it doesn't work as well in my body like it
But
used
that's
to.
like when you go to a regular chain restaurant, like we'll
Mhm.
just pick one out of the air. O'Charlie's used
Mm-hmm.
to be where, you know, I mean, they'd fill you up with bread.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
and
bread and everybody, all the restaurants do that. They
And
fill you up with
that's
bread.
by design, you know, I mean.
And you better have good bread.
Yeah. But I mean, is that part of the cost that you're talking about?
Well,
Yeah, I from a logic standpoint, I'm against the whole concept of giving people free food when they walk in and sit down. I enjoy it when I go to a Mexican restaurant,
Like
I
you
get
get
chips and salsa.
right.
Yeah, but
you know where
you're
it
in the
makes
business
sense,
of selling food.
where it made sense to us was like Cock of the Walk, all you can eat catfish.
Yeah.
So if they fill you up on turnips and cornbread and
Yeah.
the other item they'd fill you up on, you probably eat less catfish.
Right.
Like Lambert's. Now Lambert's, I mean, they come at you with cheese, just
Yeah.
everything, you know, mac and cheese
Mhm.
and black-eyed peas and applesauce and, you know, I
A
mean,
bunch of cheap stuff that fills you up.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I guess I'm looking at the cost kind of thing. How is that evening out? Or does it?
Well, I'm sure they got it built in.
Yeah,
It's built in somehow.
yeah.
Some way.
There's probably no telling how much profit they make off of selling Throw Rolls T-shirts.
That's a good point.
Good. You got your gift shop next door and boom.
Yeah. The merchandising and
point.
all of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus, there's also this concept in restaurants that there's a number in sales that if you can hit that number, and it's different with every restaurant, once you hit it, you don't have to worry about any more of your costs.
Because of the profit.
Yeah, once you hit that number, profit is assured.
Mhm.
So you don't have to watch waste like a dog. You don't have to watch labor like a dog.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But like I say, every single restaurant, it's a different number because every single restaurant has different costs.
What's the mac and cheese race number?
I haven't found it yet.
Never
But it-
asked.
yeah, but something akin to what I did the last 2 weeks of Mardi Gras would be nice. That would pay a lot of bills, that's for sure.
And what was that?
I'm not gonna tell you those numbers on air. I'll give
No,
you
no, I was.
Oh.
I mean, I thought you found something that helped to raise those numbers. That's what I was.
Oh, yeah, having Mardi Gras parades.
Oh, I
Well,
got you.
Boosts it tremendously if you have an extra 50,000 people down there.
Here's some numbers: 251-343-0106.
Good number.
Callahan's Irish Social Club. Text in and call in line.
I'm not sure where on it. I'm trying to look. I'm wondering if I hit the wrong Facebook page.
Mobile Bay Magazine has showcased the history, style, arts, dining, and entertainment that defines excellence on both sides of Mobile Bay.
One of my
Each month's
favorite
issue is
subjects
filled with
in
our
business
unique
school
Southern
was
Alabama
micro-factor
culture,
economics.
beautifully captured and
If
told through
I'm
engaging
trying,
articles and stunning
pulling from me, I'm
photography.
just trying
When
to
you
do.
subscribe to Mobile Bay Magazine, you'll be swept into the pages where
Ooh,
recipes,
nice.
familiar places and faces, and untold stories abound. Start your journey today by visiting mobilebaymag.com. That's
I set it
mobilebaymag.com.
up for all three.
This is the day of the big sale at your gift shop.
Welcome in.
So this isn't just a big day for your business. It's a big day for the network, keeping it all connected. That is, if it can handle the pressure. So is it possible to get business internet you can really count on? It is. 99.9% network reliability from Comcast Business. It's like this neat little bow.
You like that,
Whatever
Rick?
reason,
Really ties it all together.
Facebook and Twitter.
Reliable internet for your business. It's not just possible, it's happening. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with internet and security for $49 a month for 12 months with a 2-year contract when you add one unlimited mobile line. Plus, ask how to get an $800 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today to switch to Comcast Business. Ends 5/5/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 100 megabits per second internet and security edge. Eco bill and auto pay required. Equipment, tax, and fees extra.
I need to end
Do
it.
you know how much
Start
money
over.
in your 401k or IRA is actually yours? Or will the government take a bigger chunk than you thought?
We're on
You
YouTube.
still might owe taxes on that money. The question is, do you have a plan to help
I
make sure
hit
you
those three
don't pay
buttons
more
last night when
than
I
you
was setting it
should?
up, and
At Swan Capital, we believe you deserve to keep more of what you've earned, which is why we're here to help you navigate the confusing world of retirement taxes. It's your money. You deserve to know what's at stake. Right now, taxes are historically low, but they won't be this low forever. So call the Swan Capital team today so you don't miss out on this opportunity. 800-848-8768. You work hard for your money, and we'll work just as hard to help you keep it. Swan Capital, 800-848-8768. Again, that's 800-848-8768. Swan Capital, LLC is a registered investment advisor. Registration as an investment advisor does not imply a certain level of skill or training. All
Said all
investments carry
three on
risk, and no
YouTube,
investment strategy can
Twitter,
guarantee a profit or
Twitter.
protect from loss of capital. Firm and not give tax advice.
You can now do more without it costing you more. Alabama's attractions have come together to offer the all-in-one ticket that downloads
It's
to your mobile
impossible to
device.
look
No
something
matter how
up
many
on
attractions
Twitter
listed
now.
on the ticket
You
you
just
see
type
during
in
the time
X,
span you
because
bought,
X is
your
easy.
price stays the same. Pick the right ticket option
Right,
that
it's
best
Twitter,
fits your
it's cool.
schedule, and then enjoy more attractions without spending more. All-in-one tickets for different areas of Alabama are available at alabama.travel and other places where online tickets are sold. Brought to you by Alabama Tourism Department, the ABA, and this station.
Oh,
To get on the line, call 343-0106. Now back to Mike and Stu.
Speaking of numbers again,
okay, tell me something.
I bet Tony Sawyer and the fine folks at Bob's Downtown down there, or got people lined up, just numbers of people lined up down there on this beautiful day. At Bob's Downtown down there, the corner of Fat and Happy. We want to thank them for everything they do for us here
Yes, we
on the
do.
show.
Yes, we do. Good folks, good folks.
And Le Bichon Wine and Tapas Bar. Great charcuterie boards, great pimento cheese, great wine selection. Downtown Daphne.
You know, one of the funny things about the French language
What's
is that when they end a word with the letter N, like halfway through pronouncing the N, they retreat. So it's not Les Bouchons, it's Les Bouchons. They're just kind of, isn't that weird?
That's what the
And they have a
French
different-
was retreating.
Yeah.
They have a different word for everything.
Except rendezvous, they use the American word for that.
I thought rendezvous was a French word.
That was the point, Mike. That was the point.
Yeah, we're
You'll catch up, buddy.
the Sip and Chew comedy hour. And so we want to thank the fine folks over there at Hall's Sausage and Wholesale Meats. Have y'all been to Saraland yet? Ask for that. I hope y'all have. We need it in there. I like to shop at
Saraland Walmart.
Yeah, Saraland Walmart. But anyway, yeah.
But you get it all the rest of the Walmart.
You get all the rest of it.
Just Saraland Walmart has decided, yeah, I know they're a mile and a half from us, but it's
Greer's,
too far to drive.
Piggly Wiggly, especially when
Rouse's.
University Rouse's. You can find Halls everywhere, but Saraland Walmart.
Yeah.
So, but go out there and ask for it by name. So, and then thank the fine folks over at Butch Cassidy's over in Floshell, the corner of Florida and Osho Road. So, yes, this has been a beautiful weekend.
Theoretically.
I was supposed to have gone to Baton Rouge yesterday, the Red Stick, and hang out with David Hubble and John Foles at the Boucherie. Was Chris there?
I think so.
I don't know.
He posted a picture. It may have been from a previous stay there.
Yeah, but I went last year and it was rainy, miserable, wet, but it was still a great fine time. But I bet they had a blast yesterday.
I bet they did.
And
I bet the pig had decidedly less enjoyable time.
and so did the roosters and alligators and the bears that they use to fat bear fat.
The bears.
But David Hubble, our friend David Hubble, he's posted a few pics online. But some of those pictures you just don't want to post. Because there's like going back in a slaughterhouse.
Okay.
Like going back in a slaughterhouse with the doing
Steve does not know what a boucherie is.
No, I was about to ask, but I was waiting for that.
It means butcher.
Oh,
yeah, it's French for butcher, but a boucherie in the springtime was when they killed a hog or hogs for the year.
Okay.
And they broke down and used every part. Well, John Foles does a boucherie every year at what, White House?
White Oak Plantation outside of Baton Rouge.
And just it's a demonstration of all the things they would do.
Sure.
So you pay money to come in and watch what people used to do, so they didn't have to pay money for food.
From the stomach to the intestines to everything.
Everything. They use everything.
Yeah.
And then you get to
lips.
We used to do something like that in Kansas with bison.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
I love bison.
Yeah. I mean, every part, between the horns, the hooves, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
From the rooter to the tutor.
I heard, watching a show, you say the hooves. I was watching a show
make you some
yesterday afternoon, and it was foreigners, so I forgot, it may have been Filipinos on there on the Create channel, and the lady mentioned that they cook with hoofs, and then the guest goes, "Oh my God, I love that." He said, "We love using the hoof."
I'm guessing it's made mostly of collagen, which is the lip smacking part of ribs when you eat it.
Yeah.
Is the connective tissue breaking down.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the hoof is just a whole lot of that.
Yeah.
So eventually it just turns into that lip smacking stuff and gets on your
some
fingers.
flavor and stuff in there.
Well, it's probably flat.
That's because gravity pulls all the good stuff down.
Folks, if you're trying to find us, trying to find us on the Facebook, we may be having some issues.
But it's going on the YouTube right now.
It's on YouTube and it's on Twitter. Theoretically. So
yeah, I didn't have the Twitter button pushed either.
Okay. So if you're not,
I pushed all 3 buttons.
If you're listening and you're not seeing us on Facebook, we're sorry.
Yeah, you'll get over it.
We're having a technical.
You'll live. You'll be okay.
But we do.
You can always go back and watch it on the YouTube.
Yeah. We do archive this.
Yeah, you can always watch it on the YouTube.
But hey,
I probably downloaded
the other
YouTube and uploaded it to there.
Friday.
We could probably download it there.
Speaking like a boucherie, Friday I went to that new barbecue place up outside of Bayonet.
Didn't know anything
by
about
Cliff's Land. It's called Shotgun Barbecue.
Really?
People are raving about it.
Is it right there at Cliff's on the river?
It's as you're on the way. It's like you can almost see if you stand in a certain part in the parking lot, you can see the river.
Oh, okay.
From inside you get. And this building's been there a while, but
yeah.
he came in there and opened it up like right before Christmas. It's Ed Peterson, Peder, not with T but D, and his wife. And my God, I said, "What do you want?" And I said, "Well, I want it like a little of everything." But just
no, what you wanted was a lot of everything.
Like a
rib
and a chicken wing and some pulled pork. Anyway, he fixed me
a single rib, 1 chicken wing.
No, he put
flapper.
He put 3 ribs in there. But I'm gonna tell you, he gave me a big portion of everything. And
still eating off of it.
Oh my God, it was delicious. No, I took some of it to the office and let one of my bosses have the rest of it.
Let him do some lip smacking on it.
It was fabulous. He's
I had to try
done
that
a good
out.
job. Dude, he's from Michigan.
What?
And what does he know about Michigan? I mean, Michigan, what does he know about? He knows something about barbecue.
He came down here and learned
He
it.
did a really good job.
We learned him up on it.
Everybody that's on the Baldwin County Foodies page has been raving about the place. So I went up there Friday. I said, I got to go see. And I conducted some business while I was there. So a little bit of business. And so I think it's going to do really well.
When I was growing up, we had a camp at Cliffs Landing. And this was back before 65 was completed, the Dolly Parton Bridge. So to get there, we had to go across the causeway and up 225 out of Spanish Fort.
Yeah.
That's a long drive from Sims.
You got to go like around a circle.
Yeah, in a 3-speed 1966 F100 with no air conditioning or power steering, manual shift, and towing a boat.
Man, that was a rough life.
It was a great life. But at the community of Hurricane, there's a 4-way stop there. There was a Hurricane drive-in.
Yeah.
And it's still there. It's not Hurricane drive-in anymore. Something totally unrelated.
I don't even think it's anything in there right now.
But Hurricane drive-in, they had these pork sandwiches. They weren't pulled pork. It was cubed pieces of pork, half-inch diced cube.
Okay.
That was the thing we looked forward to at the end of a trip. On the way back to Sims, we were going to stop at Hurricane Drive-In. We're going to get a barbecue pork sandwich, some of the best onion rings I've ever had in my life, and a chocolate malt.
Chocolate malt sounds good.
Yeah. And then we'd sit there in the park, because it was one of those where you pulled up, you got out, and you walked to a window.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a round front to it. And then we just sit out in the truck and eat our barbecue sandwiches.
Just like Ed's Burgers.
Yeah.
But when I go to a barbecue place, if I hear them back there, chop, 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 I don't want that. I want mine sliced or pulled. Now, if I'm pork, I want it pulled.
What you're talking about is called chipped.
And
I do, what it is pulled first, and then you come back and chip it up small. The big pig style of barbecue, which you'll find along the Alabama-Georgia border from Columbus up past Auburn to Opelika and to LaGrange. You might say LaGrange.
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, but theirs is all chipped pork and a mustard-based sauce, and it is phenomenal.
Yeah,
some of the best barbecue.
To me, the pork it dries it out when.
They chop it before they put it on the sandwich.
Well, I don't know. In some places I've been to, I don't see them chopping it up.
Yeah, if they pre-chip it before they
chop it.
It will dry out. You want to chip it to order.
And I want my brisket
sliced,
like half-inch.
And I prefer pork pulled.
I do too.
But those diced barbecue sandwiches were so good, and those onion rings were so good.
You'll see, Lyle said we just put sauce on it now. More stuff. No, that I don't. Maybe I want my sauce on the side.
You don't own a sandwich. You don't dip a sandwich. I want to have. You can't.
I want portion control.
Earl of Sandwich laid down the rule. The entire meal is supposed to be between two slices of bread.
Right.
That's why he was the Earl of Sandwiches of roll decree.
Sauce. I want my sauce. I want to be able to put as much sauce on.
A French dip is a good donkey sandwich.
I want to eat. I want to taste the meat before I put sauce on. So.
Yeah, but that's really more.
Is there anything wrong with that?
The whole point of the barbecue sandwich is to have it in your hand while you're driving down the road.
We've had past barbecue places that cover the flavor of their meat by putting sauce all over it.
Well, a lot of people like that. 251-343-0106. What will that do, Mike?
That was the Callahan's Irish Social Club. Text
him. Ooh, you got a cheer out of that.
Got no clue what the
What's that?
You got a cheer out of that, right? Every time.
1065, the Gulf Coast Weather Authority, and Dr. Bill Williams.
I had to look behind it. Yeah, weird looking at
Sunny skies today with temperatures around 70 degrees this afternoon. Tonight clear, lows at 50. And for Monday, sunny and warmer with afternoon readings in the mid-70s. This is meteorologist Dr. Bill Williams for.
That's the only place I ever had a dice like that, too.
Yeah, I would remember things.
The Gulf Coast Weather Authority.
For my kid.
For more than 50 years, Mobile Bay Magazine has showcased the history, style, arts, dining, and entertainment that defines excellence on both sides of Mobile Bay. Each month's issue is filled with our unique Southern Alabama culture, Beautifully
Commercial
captured
barbecue
and told
sauces,
through
yeah,
engaging
probably the
articles
best
and
there is.
stunning photography. When you subscribe to Mobile Bay Magazine, you'll be swept
Yeah,
into the
it's got- they have a lot of-
familiar
actually,
places
it's got-
and faces
made
and
it,
untold stories
He
about.
makes salt sauce.
Start your journey
there.
today by
Yeah.
visiting
But he
mobilebaymag.com. That's
done
mobilebaymag.com.
by,
Dalton
Howard
Orwood here
Cox.
with Desi Tobias from Tobias and Comer Law and Law
See,
251
we're
Power
live.
Tools. See them everywhere, see them every weekend. They can be dangerous. And you've worked so many different types of product liability cases over the years.
Yeah, that's right.
My
People
mom
out
used
in
to
the
make a lot
yard
of shit on the
working
shingles.
with various tools, whether it be a ladder,
My dad said he got in the Air Force,
riding
and everybody
lawnmower.
go, "Oh man,
all
it's
types
shit
of
on the
cases like
shingle
that.
again." And
But,
he
you know,
would
you've
go,
got a power tool
I'll
that
take
can
this.
be very
Oh,
useful
yeah,
and
yeah.
helpful,
He said,
but it also can be
"Grow
very
up in the
dangerous.
Great
It can
Depression in
cause
the South.
injury, and
Sometimes
sometimes
it
people
turn your
don't
nose
even
up
know
and shit on
what's
the
dangerous
shingle."
Well, it's the
about
same
product.
thing. Dad said he
Or
grew up,
it's
you know,
not
my dad
very
was born in
obvious about
17,
what could actually happen. So if something like that does happen, please give us a
He went
call.
through the
We have
dirty
the
Dutch Bowl,
experience. We can
yeah,
talk with you and let you know
That
what
was
our thoughts
one of
are
his
about that.
contributions.
Call us at
That,
251-432-5001.
beans
Doesn't
and,
cost anything, and
ham,
it could be a
beans
very
all the time.
serious
Oh my God.
case.
Also,
You
for
set
his
the
that great
table,
website,
separate
TobiasComerLaw.com.
beans,
It's Desi
all I
Tobias
do
with Tobias and Comer Law and
then
Law
put them in the
251.
pot,
Advertising.
set,
It's
just
how
put a
you
whole
encourage
lock in
people
there.
to buy your products.
I hated it
Sources
when I
for
was a kid.
ideas.
Boy,
Imagine being
I'd give,
handed a microphone to
I don't
speak
know what
in
I'd
front
give,
of
but
a
I'd
stadium
sure
of
like to have
30,000
some of that
people.
now.
What would
What
you
kind of
say
beans
about your
was he doing?
business? FM
The
Talk
red-
1065 can put you
small-
in
Candy
that
beans.
audience.
Just regular
Listen to us
packets
talk.
of red.
Together, we can create an
Not
effective advertising
more
campaign.
like a
Your
pinto,
listeners
like
are
a
eager
kid.
for
Very
information,
small.
trust our station, and prefer
Yeah,
to patronize
you know,
local
it's bigger,
businesses
right?
like yours. Call them
About
at
the same
445-7249 and let's talk about how FM
They
Talk
look brown in the bag, that ain't
can
What
help
it
your
is, do that.
Hello again,
Can't
friends.
believe
I'm
it.
Randy Burke. I invite you to join me, Coach Rick Cleveland,
Oh,
and Coach Mark
that's a whole
Glassman
new
for
level.
the Top Subtractors
And
President
the good is
We'll
those
be coming
pintos
to you
or red
live from
beans
the
are with
Eastern Shore
the
Toyota
Tamrock.
Hyundai
These
Studios
white
for
beans.
2 hours beginning at 8
Heather used
a.m.
to make,
every Saturday morning. We'll visit with
chili.
coaches, athletes,
You know, all
and
white bean
administrators
chili.
and
Yeah.
more as
And
we'll
we
keep
put
you up to
turkey in it,
date on
you
all
know.
things prep
Oh,
along the
and
Gulf
you know,
Coast
oh,
and
like
the
that,
state of
not white
Alabama.
chili
Wake
before.
up with the Prep
Creole
Special
white
routine
chili
this
with black and
Saturday
shrimp,
morning
not
starting
chili
at
sauce.
8 a.m. right here on
Dude.
FM Talk
Yeah.
1065.
To get on the line, call 343-0106.
Mike, it's Stu, that's us. We're on the radio. Mike was about to put his sunglasses over his ears and he's going to put his
Okay.
headphones over his eyes. Well, as has been reported,
Mhm.
last week was my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was technically Thursday, but I had to work, so I was off Wednesday. I birthdayed on Wednesday. Actually, Tuesday night of Wednesday.
Okay.
I talked to you about, I usually go to one restaurant and lay down $100 on dinner just for me, kind of thing. I didn't do that this year. I went to 2 places on consecutive nights, only spent about 40.
Wow.
First night, Tuesday night, I went to Sakura, which is a Japanese hibachi steakhouse. And everything I ate was very healthy, Mike. And I was stuffed. But I got the mushroom soup. Then I had the spicy tuna roll as an appetizer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the hibachi steak, the teriyaki steak.
Mm-hmm.
All of that's very healthy. And the steak is filet mignon, so it's very lean.
Yeah.
And filet is very tender,
Oh, yeah.
but it needs a sauce. Well, you've got that with teriyaki sauce. You've got a sauce on there because its lack of fat means it lacks a good deal of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So you usually introduce a fat into it, and that shrinks the flavor out. That's why you usually see a filet mignon top with a sauce, béarnaise, or something like that. And then I had the rice, then I had the vegetables. Very good. Delicious. I wanted steak. I got my steak.
Yeah.
And I kept it healthy. The volume that I ate, I probably didn't need the spicy tuna roll. It was my birthday.
It is your birthday.
Yeah, and I don't do dessert, so.
And obviously it's all the rice.
I don't
Yeah.
hardly do dessert either. Although the other day I did.
I've had a wicked sweet tooth the past couple of weeks, but I think that was Mardi Gras.
I did do the peach cobbler at Shotguns.
Oh, okay.
It was dang good.
And then Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
I went to my favorite Thai restaurant, Sabai, right there. So both of these restaurants are a half a mile from
This is the
Asian buy is awesome.
This is the Asian style food here.
And then wrong with that.
I was about ready to stab him in the throat with chopsticks when we were out there.
Except he couldn't use them.
Yeah.
They wouldn't stay in my hand.
One went in my ear, the other one went between my feet.
That would take coordination. Yeah, I get it.
But part of that is because in that region of Southeast Asia, which is going to be from India
Mhm.
to the right, for those of you who struggle with geography.
Geography.
Yeah, which takes you past Cambodia, Indonesia in the Indian Ocean, Vietnam, all these places. You go through all of these little places, Laos, Malaysia, to get to China. Then off the coast of China is Japan. And north of both of those is Korea,
Mhm.
which Korea is wedged in between China and the Soviet Union, or Russia now. So it's got influences of both of those in it. And then you've got the Philippines, which were a Spanish colony for 200 years. So there's such a huge Spanish influence on the food of the Philippines, sets it off from everything else that's in Asia. And all of these are really drastically different. I mean, Thai food is nothing like your Japanese restaurant.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, they're just totally, they have rice. And if you go to a Thai restaurant, there's going to be soy sauce there, but that's just for us brown guys that don't know better.
Yeah.
And I asked the guy at Taste of Thai down in Irvington, which is also phenomenal, but I think they moved to Leroy Stevens now, or out that way. They had been planted on it. That's a great place too. Great curries there. And I asked him one time, I said, why is there hoisin and soy sauce sitting on the table? He goes, it's for white people. they don't know better. They think this goes on all Asian food.
That's kind of like
but soy sauce.
Yeah.
Soy sauce, the salty version,
Yeah.
is primarily only used in Japan, China, and parts of Korea. In Indonesia, they have a soy sauce, but it's loaded with sugar, granulated sugar, so it crunches when you bite it. It's delicious.
Really?
Yeah. And then there's all kinds of other sauces. And the sauces across Southeast Asia come from one of my favorite processes in food science, which is fermentation.
Yeah.
That's ketchup is fermentation,
Right.
which originally was, I believe, fish heads that were fermented. Marco Polo took that back. The Europeans didn't care for it, but then when they switched it out with this new thing from the New World called tomatoes, they came up with something that they liked.
Interesting.
Yeah. The catsup spelling of ketchup was from, I believe it was kekap, Kekap, which I think was an Indonesian sauce, fermented sauce, possibly Chinese. But so there's just that breadth of flavors that I ate Japanese one night, Thai the next night, and the foods were totally different.
Mhm.
Now, what I had at Sabai was, you would love their cowboy wontons, which is regular old breakfast sausage in cream cheese in a wonton like a crab rangoon.
Mhm.
Well, I opted to go with their firecrackers.
Oh,
Which is a fresh jalapeno sliced in half on the bias. They do a great job of taking the membrane and the seeds out. Wasn't much heat at all to this. Then they stuff it with the crab stick, which is the imitation crab that you put on sushi, like a California roll, which is actually a type of fish that tastes very similar to crab. They add a little extra sugar, do some stuff to make it look pretty. So it's still fish. It's not funky.
Yeah.
And cream cheese.
Could be a funky fish.
And then they tempura fried it. Like, my God, that's better than any jalapeno popper you will ever eat.
Really?
Just phenomenal. And then my tried and true favorite, when it's on the menu, I get it, even though it's the most expensive thing on it. That is the duck curry.
Oh, I bet.
Oh my gosh, the skin is so crispy on top, like bacon. Then you got a nice mild curry sauce. It wasn't too powerful. Probably should ask for some heat for me. And then you got that big cone of rice.
Yeah.
And I ate every bite of it. And I was looking at it thinking, there's no way I'm going to finish this.
They do a great curry. They really do. Sabai. I love Sabai.
And Jean was a little upset that I didn't let her know that I was there. I posted the picture the next day on Facebook. She said, you should have told me you were there and I come out. I just eat it.
My birthday, I want to be by myself.
She is the sweetest lady.
Yes, she is.
She is just a delight.
Now, I was talking about sauces. Have you ever heard of a fry sauce? Have you heard of fry sauce?
Yeah, it's burger sauce, fry sauce, are very similar.
Oh, I get you.
It's from the
like onion ring sauce, something like that.
Yeah, you dip fries in it, and
They're usually mayonnaise and ketchup based.
Yeah, I was,
and they're delicious.
Read where it's got cayenne, paprika. I was reading where like southeast Idaho and
which
the
is
states
nowhere
over
near
there.
Kansas, by the way.
Well, I know, but that area of the country was big.
Give or take a mile.
It was a big.
It's
item.
flat. It's all flat.
But it looks interesting. I'd like to try it. I think I'm gonna try to save the recipe.
They have stores have Kinder's. Have you tried any of their sauces?
Oh,
Like
wow.
the Japanese
I
barbecue?
didn't think about
They
that.
have a fry sauce.
Okay.
I'm using a lot of Kinder sauces. Mac and cheese are used right now. I got their Chipotle limes, my Chipotle mayo for a couple of different dishes because it's a really good quality thing. And I'm doing everything myself. I don't have time to scratch make all these sauces.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said Kinder's? How do you?
Kinder.
Oh,
They have a. They have a. You know.
Kinder's.
Yeah. They have the salad dressings and all that too, though.
Yeah, the Japanese barbecue sauce popular. A lot of people. It just tastes like sweet baby rays to me.
Mhm.
It was not very good. It was all too sweet. And
I was surprised because I want something on my burger patty, 93% ground, meat.
ketchup.
Well, I was surprised to learn how many barbecue sauces are low calorie.
Dreamland is only 5 grams of carbohydrates.
Well,
It's
how about-
naturally low carbohydrate.
Like there's some good, really good sugar-free
Oh
barbecue
yeah,
sauces
that
out there.
G. Allen. That's the barbecue sauce that I use.
Mhm.
No sugar added. Everything he did was he's a chef. He's been on Food Network a good deal
Mhm.
about 15 years ago. But he's doing so well with his product now he didn't have to go on TV. And be
So the big debate that I've always heard, and people go back and forth, A1 or the other.
Lee and Perrin.
Heinz
It's done.
57.
Why, yeah, Heinz is 7. Why not? I mean, I've always enjoyed because
If that's
Heinz
what
is
you
kind
like,
of a
I
mis-
think it's a
it's
Midwest
mustard.
thing.
Yeah, I do not care for Heinz 57. I think it's pretty gross tasting.
It's a mustardy. And that's part of the reason why I stay away from it. So the other one, A1, I like because it's made from raisins. I understand.
It's okay. The A1 Bold is better.
Hmm.
But the Lee and Perrin steak sauce is phenomenal. I'm having so much trouble finding
I
it
like
right now.
Dale's. Yeah,
Yeah, but that's soy sauce with garlic salt and high fructose corn syrup. That's all it is.
That's it. Take all the joy out of it.
Just burst in your bowl.
Yeah, I mean, but that's
No, I didn't know if there was. Why is there such a debate over those? And what's
well, none of them go on steak.
Why?
Steak sauce goes on everything you eat with the steak, not the steak. If you put the steak sauce on a steak, you got a bad steak.
So what do you put on a steak?
Your fork.
I was up
It's
in.
just meat, man. That's the whole thing. But now I've grilled out and the soy potatoes and stuff. It really adds to the charcoal flavor. There's nothing wrong with that. But Heinz is meant and A1 is meant for the fries, the salad, your baked potato, everything but that. And if you go to Peter Luger's Steakhouse, who started the whole steak sauce thing,
Okay.
they will tell you when they set it down, this is for everything but the steak. Don't put
That's
this on the
interesting.
steak.
I wonder how that got started.
But I was-
the steak.
When I was up in, was it Anniston? I went last year to get my
Anderson
certification.
or Gadsden? Was there a big statue of a woman standing over a waterfall? Okay,
No.
then you would dance.
So anyway,
They're the same except for the
I
statue.
was there 3 days.
Yeah.
I was there 3 days, and everywhere I went to eat at,
Mhm.
that asked me if I wanted Heinz 57 or
A1.
A1.
Yeah.
I said neither.
Yeah.
I said, does your chef know how to cook?
But
You don't need that. That
I
apparently
know a
they-
lot of people that will not eat steak unless it is just smothered in a steak sauce.
You're
that
eating
covers
steak
it.
sauce.
Yeah, I
You just
can't
get a
do it.
spoon.
Yeah.
The only reason I raised the point is because it's such a debate. And I'm kind of setting the record straight.
But-
It is for everything else.
Yeah, it's for everything but the steak.
I'd rather have some of the
It's great in
natural-
meatloaf.
I'd rather have some of
Right.
the natural drippings
Yeah.
on my steak.
You
Well,
don't
yeah.
need steak sauce if you get it medium rare, the way God
Yeah.
intended it,
And
instead of having it burned.
there's
So
like
that-
a honey butter or butter on
a
like
compound butter is great
Yeah.
on top.
Mhm.
The original is the Maitre d' Hotel, which is just parsley and butter, but a rosemary butter.
The Royals can does the black garlic butter.
Oh, I bet that's good. And Dolphins does, I think it's a cornbread sampler
Yes.
with 3 different butters.
Yes. Yeah, one of
Yeah,
them.
oh my
you're right.
gosh,
You're right.
that type of viscous butter.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then Hummingbird Way does some creative butters too, don't they?
I think they do.
Was that with their bread service, I believe?
Maybe.
Yeah. Just
Yeah. butter
see, I don't
is
have a
way to
problem
go.
with all of that. But there's, but you don't. It's just like You don't like salad if you put ranch dressing on salad. You like ranch dressing, and the salad's a vehicle to get it to your mouth. The whole point of a salad is to taste vegetables. 251-343-0106. Mike, what's that?
That's the Callahan's Irish Social Club texting line.
That's it.
Hey, I'm here with my friend Joey Mason, owner of Mason Hills
And I've
Farm.
had a
How are
lot of
things going,
people who
man?
were
Good, John. We just finished
only
up
eat
the
ranch
final
on their
touches
salad.
on our
Tell me,
on-site
I
farm
don't like
retail
salad,
store.
but
We'll
I
be doing
don't
a taste
eat
of the
it.
farm
So
sometime
the
in
only way it
March, and we'll
tastes
invite
good.
all of our Facebook
Great.
followers out to join us. I know that's going to be a good
But
time.
I
Feel like the
vinaigrette
on
is
University
better for
last
you.
week. How's that
I
going?
just
Yeah,
can't.
Sean, we
It
had a really exciting
highlights
start to the sales of our products
Well,
there.
the problem
So
for me
much
is
so that
because
they're
of the
giving
acidic.
Mason Hills Farms additional space
Look
in other
for, make
stores.
your
That's
own.
great. And I hear people talking all the
And
time
use
how good
rice
Mason
wine
Hills
vinegar.
Farms
It's
products
the
are.
least
I know because
acidic
I've been enjoying them
vinegar
for a
out
long
there.
time.
Rice wine?
You got a lot
Rice
going
wine.
on, man.
Yeah, you'll find it the Asian
Sean, I
food
didn't
section.
realize that the farm to
There's
table
two kinds.
revolution
It says
could be
season.
as much fun
That means
and
the
have as
seasoning
much
that's added
support
to
as
it
it's
is sugar.
had. Thank you again for
So
giving
you'll
us a
probably want the
platform since we
unseasoned.
started this
But
journey.
it's
I
just a
love what
little
you're
bit
doing
of
with your
sugar. It helps
products.
cut the
How can our
acidity
listeners be part
from
of
a
your farm
flavor
table
standpoint.
revolution?
But
Just
that
go
is
to
the least acidic.
MasonHillsFarm.com, give
Yeah,
us a
it's
call,
like
follow us
balsamic.
on social media,
Oh,
go
yeah.
check out our products at the
Well, most
Big
balsamic you're
Universe.
getting here in the States is red wine vinegar with sugar.
Sarah Stewart has the
We'll have to read
experience to
this.
lead Alabama's courts.
We
As a
in
double
trouble.
rhyme judge, Sarah Stewart presided over hundreds of
David Hubble,
cases
why
pitting
just did
tough
just get back
sentences to
from
harsh
Moosery?
criminals. Republicans can trust
Well, the
Justice Sarah
Stewart.
Stewart to defend
And
the
you can see it better than I
Constitution and
can,
protect our
Robert.
families. On March 5th,
Great time at the boot dance station. Cheryl and Sam Jackson was there. And he did a phenomenal job on Raccoon and
The Home Service Club sponsors this paid
Raccoons have roosters.
Attention homeowners. Broken AC, $4,600.
Have you had a rooster raccoon?
$1,000.
Rooster
I did not pay attention to the sex of the raccoon that went shot.
$1 a day.
Watch her do stupid.
Husker says the only thing I hate about catfish is
HSC
skin.
will either do the repair or replace. HSC has
Hard,
over
you're not gonna break fish
8,000
now.
pre-screened, highly rated
Cut the
technicians,
fillet
the
off.
fastest response time in the industry.
You don't skin
HSC
it.
provides coverage from
You cut it down, cut the fillet off, and don't cut the tail at the end. Fold it out. You put the knife between the flesh and the skin. Take it right off the skin, leave the skin on the catfish.
All backed by a 30-day
I
money
don't
back
like it
guarantee.
because it's so bullish.
800-929-7449.
Because of what?
Bony.
Call
Don't
now
eat
with
bones.
the first
Yeah,
one.
I'm not-
Plus
I'm not
$75
calling
off
out
your
a
first
fish guy because that's why I like Mahi, because they don't have all work in the bone.
They just got a lot of loin for you to cut fillet.
You got cookie coming up on the phone, just to let you know.
929-7449.
There are many
And
adults in
then Jimmy
Alabama who cannot
Georgetown,
take care of
Jimmy
themselves. Some of them need foster homes. The Alabama Department of Human Resources has a critical need for caring men and women to provide safe and supportive homes for vulnerable adults. Make a difference in someone's life. Be an adult foster care provider because love never ages. For more information, visit dhr.alabama.gov/AFC. Sponsored by the Alabama Department of Human Resources, the Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Sponsors and we'll
To
say
get on the
what
line,
David Hubble
call
said.
343-0106. Now back to Mike and Stu.
Michael,
Okay.
Michael, what's a good place for breakfast on a Sunday morning like today?
There's so many places, but I always recommend Bob's Downtown down at the corner of Fat and Happy.
That's the one that says Bob's Downtown Restaurant on the side?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to be in the
It's
night.
got the angel wings on the back. Too,
Yeah.
On the back door.
Yeah, but the door, the building does not fly
But I always recommend that place every day of the week.
because they named a dish after you.
Maybe it's not necessarily that reason, but
Yeah, I think they named the dish after you because
When
you
it
already
comes in,
eaten.
it's always Mike.
And it's like,
Like
Bailey's
cheers,
here.
you know. Yeah.
that's how I gained all my weight. Lord, there between there and Butch Cassie's, they're in the heart of Floshell at corner of O'Shell and Florida Street. Fine folks over there. Hey, we want to thank Le Bachon Wine and Tapas Bar. Great charcuterie boards and pimento cheese. And always, hey, they got happy hours from 46 every day. That's $2 off a glass of wine. Great wines, by the way, and a draft beer. So you want to do that. You want to go there.
He's willing it to happen.
Matter of fact, the double said Mike and Stu just got back from Boucherie. Great time at the Boudin station. Chris, Cheryl, and Sam Jackson were there and did a phenomenal job on our coon and rooster stew.
Yeah, I just hate I couldn't go. I'm supposed to.
I wonder if it was,
I had
they did a
planned on
good
doing
job on some raccoon and they did a good job on some rooster stew, or if it was raccoon and rooster stew.
You know,
The world wants to know.
Last year I had never heard of rooster. You know, eating rooster, and then they had rooster.
That's what Sunday dinner used to always be.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the rooster.
Yeah. It wasn't the hen.
Yeah.
It was the rooster.
Yeah. But you know what you can get at Hall's? Sausage and wholesale meat.
What's that?
Sausage and wholesale meat.
There you go.
Wow.
And I recommend, if you haven't had it, the smoked Cajun sausage. It's got the most flavor of any sausage I've ever eaten. It's so good.
Well,
so
you know, my middle name is Reb. It was my dad's nickname in the Air Force. I do a dish I call Reb beans and rice.
Oh, that's
and it's
red
red beans.
on words.
It's red beans and rice, and then you brown off some ground sausage, breakfast sausage, and you mix that into your beans.
Mm-hmm.
And then you add some Hall's andouille sausage to it. And then you add some Hall's Cajun sausage to it.
Yeah.
Look out.
3 different sausage variations there. And you do them different textures. The ground is ground. One like the andouille I would slice, and then the Cajun I would dice.
Yeah.
And that way you've got different textures going on, different flavors. It's very meaty.
I will love to.
It is not diet ready.
Get you some good old white bread, and then take that Hall's and slice it, put it on the grill.
Is that red hot, or are you talking about that Cajun?
The Cajun.
Have you thrown the Cajun into your air fryer yet?
Yeah, yeah. That's how I've been cooking everything is in my air fryer.
Deborah will tell you the best way to cook a piece of Hall sausage is throw it in the air fryer.
That's the way I cook my bacon. My bacon turns out perfect every time. But when I get down to my desired weight, I'm gonna have to go back to the stove because you know what I like about the like bacon and stuff like that. The grease off the bacon or whatever just drips to the bottom, and it's not sitting there floating in grease, you know, fat, and so it's always nice.
When restaurants do it in the oven, which is why it's called bacon, because it's bacon in the oven. But you put a rack down, put the bacon on top of the rack,
drippings.
Yeah, and it comes in on what we call lay flat. You've probably seen it before. It's a big piece of parchment paper with about a pound of bacon sliced side by side. And you just walk up to whatever you're putting it on and flip that piece of paper down and drop it and peel that paper off of it.
All right, he said it was a stew.
I'm a stew.
And not that kind of stew. Raccoon and rooster.
Okay, so it was both.
Plus, they had a bourbon and rum tasty from John Folsey's distillery.
You know what? I got to tour his distillery there last year, but they had another brewery there, distillery from somewhere else there.
Rum, maybe?
And no, it wasn't there. It wasn't local. It was somewhere up north, closer to where Steve's from. But he took us on a tour, and then he was going to make it bigger. They made a bigger space for it.
Yeah.
The facility is phenomenal. It's just a really nice place. But I see we got somebody on the phone.
Cookie, go ahead.
Good morning, Cookie. What's that?
What's up?
Somebody now?
How are you?
Wow, I never thought that would happen.
Well, it's better than being a disembodied voice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or a nobody.
Anyway, listen, the reason that people go out to eat, I just got to remind you, because I am a voice for a lot of people, okay? Because I did it for a long time, and I'm happy to do it again. I won't be able to do it in the same capacity, but I could, sure do it. The reason that people go out to eat is to be pampered, to have somebody take care of you, to have somebody pay attention to you. And for the theater, that's why I made a bunch of money at it, okay?
And that's what it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be, I don't have time to eat, so I'm going to have somebody else cook for me.
If you want that, go to a drive-through.
Yeah, that's what that's for.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the drive-through either. I've done that, you name it, from the bottom to the top, I've done it. Okay?
Yeah, for the whole convenience thing. I get it.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's like with the theater, why it costs more is not just the cost of the ingredients.
Oh, Lord, that's hardly any of it.
Yeah, I mean, the labor cost is usually the highest, and the labor cost is usually the most valuable. If you ain't got good labor, you ain't got squat as far as a restaurant, as far as I'm concerned.
You're only as good as your kitchen and your servers, in my opinion.
Yes, and not necessarily in one order or the other. Okay, guys, I gotta say, the milk thing, y'all go back to that because you left out some stuff, but you also left out some stuff. It's Lent right now. You've been doing a whole bunch of talking about beef and stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with beef for those who want to be beef eaters, but it's seafood season, isn't it? I mean, I'm not even Catholic.
You know what I gave up for Lent? Catholicism. I can eat whatever I want now. He gave up Lent for Lent.
I enjoy seafood, and it's just I'm so torn about what I'm eating when I go into a restaurant and order seafood. I don't know. I don't know.
Read the ingredients.
Well, it's
on the menu. Read the ingredients on labels when you go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
READ.
Didn't they just pass something here that you have to list if it's Gulf seafood?
I certainly hope so. Louisiana has been doing that.
Yeah,
It had to be listed whether it was from that state or another one. And Alabama's been trying to move.
I think there was some talk about this week. So, hey, Cookie, we got to go, hon. It's that time.
Bye-bye.
Too. Well, we've covered a lot of subjects today.
We have.
So, folks, get out there and support local. The same message we've always had: support local, be local, buy local, tip your servers, earn your tips. Tell them if it's Gulf seafood or not, or if it's real catfish or not. That's a peeve.
Remember, if it says whitefish on the menu, folks, what they mean is shway.
Shway. No shway.
No shway.
Tuscan said, just one final note, he said, the only thing I hate about catfish is skinning them. And you said something here in the last seconds, there's no skin in a catfish.
Yeah, you cut the fillet off first, but not completely off. Put the knife between the fillet and the skin on the back end of the tail. Then you take the fillet right
There
off.
you go.
That's smart.
It is smart.
Do.
Sue, have a great day at work today.
I will.
I hope you have a beautiful day. And folks, we hope you have a provolone day.
Provolone. I like it.
Well, that's a great record.
No, for what it's worth, you need to hit in, Brian.
They don't hear what we're saying.
Hey, Sean Sullivan live at the Mobile Boat